I say be mean to men. I do say to be mean to men, but I really mean don't be nice to men. And by that I mean women are taught to be subservient and nice and to show your value to a man. Okay, be like, don't make him dinner, make him earn dinner. Like I'm not gonna.
What's good, Mo? Shouts to all my Mosifs and all my Mosifines in the building, along with Crank Lucas. Today we are covering Gabby Sidibe on the 154 podcast with Akbar and comedian Gabri. I'm not even going to try to pronounce their last names because I know I'm going to butcher it. And she is on here talking about don't be nice to a man, be mean to a man. Don't just make him dinner, make him earn dinner. Now, Gabri is currently married to a white man by the name of Brandon Finkrell, I think his last name is, if I'm saying it correctly. And why is that important? Well, Gabri's career has pretty much been based off of, she played in the movie Precious, which was an overweight, dark-skinned girl and went through a lot of trauma and stuff. And throughout her career, she's maintained being the same size. She's dark-skinned, okay? And a lot of people in the entertainment industry, that's not typically the beauty standard. We hear a lot about that. So you're already a woman, you're already dark-skinned. Then add to that you're overweight. Now, and this is like morbidly obese, right? So why am I bringing all this up? Why does this matter? Well, it matters because women who are just in shape, forget the dark skin, forget all of that, just being in shape alone increases the amount of options that you have, and it gets you in a lot more doors and a lot more options in terms of the type of men that you want. So maybe she might actually be with a man that shares her reflection and not had to settle for a man outside of her own culture. Now, the reason I'm bringing all that up is because even with her appearance, and I'm not talking about her specifically, I'm talking about women with this type of mindset and women with this type of physical appearance, this representation. The mindset and the physical representation doesn't match. Telling a man that he has to earn dinner, and that will only work on a man that you are married to that you think is lesser than you. I hate when I hear women say, "Oh, a man should earn dinner." I would never just cook for a man. So who's going to feed the children? So you're going to cook for the children and not your man? Look like somebody damn sure cooked for you. So the absurdity in that statement alone, that's how I was going to do the intro first, but I just had to let it play, let her say that first because I knew immediately I was going to cut it off. Anyway, let's continue.
Just give you dinner. You're not going to just get close to me just because I want to show you that I'm valuable. You need to show me that you're valuable because I already know that I'm valuable. And if you don't know, you're dumb.
Okay, now she can just that freeze frame right there, boy, talking about I'm valuable and being shaped like the couch that she's sitting on. Now, just her saying that, see, again, women equate their value to monetary gains. Yes, she is an actress. She has a lot of money. I don't know how much money she has because I'm not pocket watching. I don't even know if she's a multi-millionaire. You know what I'm saying? I don't have her entire filmography in front of me. I've seen her in a lot of projects. She does good at what she does. You know, she be on red carpets and everything. And she's out here doing her thing. But the value of a woman in the sexual dating market is not tied to her finances. That's what it is for a man. His ability to provide, protect, and lead. A woman's value is tied to her femininity, her beauty, her submission, and her cooperation. Automatically, you're already losing the beauty part, and not because you're dark skinned, because of your weight, because of your choices. You're losing the cooperation and the submission part of it, saying, I'm not just going to cook for a man, be mean to men. That's not feminine. That's not feminine at all. She doesn't have a masculine sort of disposition, but the mindset alone isn't feminine. The fitness isn't there. So automatically, your value that you perceive that you have doesn't work on the sexual dating market. And maybe that's the reason why you got with this regular looking white guy. Anyway, let's continue.
You know, like if you don't, like you were going to have to figure this out because men chase. They need something to chase. You got to give them something to chase.
That's biology.
Girl, ain't nobody got to chase you. They can walk very leisurely behind your ass. Now, these two brothers right here, I understand that they have a podcast to run, so they're not going to really give her any pushback and dig into this conversation, but that's the reason why they posted up this clip, because they knew that Crank Lucas was going to see it and Crank Lucas was going to respond. Let's continue.
I'm adamant about this, especially when it comes to relationship, but you're right, because if it's not, I liken it to this, and maybe it's a weird analogy, but in biology class in high school, I remember my teacher saying, don't put a dead animal inside of the cage for the snake, because a snake won't eat anything it doesn't kill. It has to make the kill and do the work. And I liken that to men. Like, if you make the chase and you go out there, I just need a sign like, ooh, available? All right, cool. Now that I know there's available, let me shoot my shot and do everything else. But if it's just easy and you give access and whatever, a guy will take it, but more than likely, peace out. He gonna come out for a reason why he doesn't. Yeah, there you go. And
there's something wrong.
Yeah, something wrong. There's something wrong. Yeah, right. I didn't like the way she tied her shoes.
Right.
Exactly.
It'd be the dumbest thing.
And my husband is an agent, and
I don't necessarily agree with that. I think that if a woman's easy or she's a hoe or she's for the streets, then maybe, yeah, you're not going to really take her serious in the first place. But relationships, getting with somebody, it should be easy. It should not be as difficult as people in general, women in particular, make it. This should work for no other reason than the fact that I'm a man and you're a woman. If you're attracted to me and I'm attracted to you, let's start from there. All this games and, he has to chase. No, a nigga is chasing a bag. What self-respecting grown man that's on his purpose has time to chase after some woman? Eat what you kill. That does not mean women. That means the things that you want to accomplish in life. The money that you want to make, the goals and the aspirations that you have. A woman is a bonus. A woman is a plus. She has to come into his program and be beneficial and an asset instead of a liability to him. I totally disagree with what he just said. It sounds very pandering, and it sounds like, we got Gabri here, and I appreciate it coming on the podcast, so I'm not going to give her no pushback, but these niggas just straight up lied. Anyway, let's continue.
And what does he say? You eat what you kill.
Yeah.
So my husband really showed up. He decided that he wanted to chase me, and he did, and I just made myself available for the chase. I said, it's because I don't believe.
Yeah, because that's the option that you had. That we're going to see a picture of her and her husband in a second, but in this video, she's talking about the beauty standard, I guess, in Hollywood, not fat, black, and ugly. Let's go.
I believe you. What am I freaking out about? You're a liar. You think I'm talented? You think I'm worth something more than sucking over the phone?
Wow.
That's
your internal belief of maybe how you were feeling in that moment gave you a sense of calm that attracted them.
Yeah. It's funny how that works.
Why didn't you believe when they were telling me? Because obviously we know now that the world will see how talented you are. Why didn't you believe it in that moment?
When you grow up a girl who is fat and black and everybody else around you is Dominican and Puerto Rican, and you are othered. I was othered in a lot of ways. I was othered against other black people.
Oh.
By the way, she's from Brooklyn, I think. Shout outs to Brooklyn. Let me make sure I got that right. Oh, I already left the page. Okay, yeah, I think she's from Brooklyn. If not Brooklyn, she's from New York. So that's where her background is.
And when I was in Senegal, I was othered because I was too American. I've never fit in. I've never felt comfortable. And even though I'm charismatic as bro, people like me for no reason, but you have to get through the initial impression that I can give just people is not great. Is just because people don't like people who they think are ugly. People are not open to people who they think are ugly. I was already you have to have a conversation with me in order to like me. But if you can just see me, you're fat, black, ugly, all of these things. And here's the thing, I'm fly as And my husband loved me down, bro. Like I'm actually really, really dope, but it's the way the world works. It's the way the world sees beauty. The standard of beauty, none of us can hit it. You know what I mean? Like the universal standard of beauty, I'm the antithesis of. And
No. That's a bunch of bullshit. Coco Jones, dark skin, chocolate. Gabrielle Union, dark skin, chocolate, beautiful. It's plenty of Grace Jones. Grace Jones was bad as shit, and she wasn't necessarily what a lot of people would consider the best looking in the face. It's the weight. That's all it is. It's the weight. And that is the one thing of that list of fat, black, and ugly. That's the one thing you have control over. Is what you put on your fork and what you put in your mouth. And how often you hit the gym. And how many more summers you want to live. Don't you want to just see what it's like to be skinny at one point? Don't you want to just try and just see what the mall opens up to you? I swear to God, when I lost 100 pounds, y'all, I was like, yo, the mall is just my oyster at this point. They don't make clothes for big niggas. This is incredible. Wow. You mean I can take a shower and not come out still sweating? You have 100% control over that. And I guarantee if she lost 200 pounds, I don't know how much she weighs, I don't even think she would be in the ugly category. She might be a little droopy, she might have loose skin, but that can be taken care of.
So that's the world I live in. And even now, sometimes, like, it's so weird how, oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, your skin, you're so amazing. That's because you think I'm worth something because I'm an actor, because you know what I do for a living. Because you know what I do for a living, think that.
That's interesting because I'll share this because I had an insecurity, and when it came to dating, because I wasn't like a hot shot and nothing like that in high school.
Tall ass.
Yeah, appreciate it. But it wasn't until I started playing sports, and so I can relate to that idea that wait, you're conflicted. Wait, are you really saying that because I'm because I'm famous and Oscar nominated movie, or are you really saying that because you see me? And I guess the question really is like, what is it that you really feel about yourself? As I sit in front of a beautiful woman, I ask you, what do you see? What do you recognize about yourself?
I am so dope. Y'all are having a good time, right?
Oh man, a hell of a time.
So like,
out the box.
But like, it's
that shit was so cringe. I am so dope. You're having a good time, right? Like, here's the thing. I think that she probably is like a really cool person in real life. And that's why I'm trying not to like go in on her too much, because who knows, I might end up being casted to work with her. And then she'd be like, Crank, I heard what you said about me, you piece of shit. Hey, I'm just talking about the situation, but she has to be dope. She has to have a good personality. She has to be fun to be around. Women that don't have the best physical representation to be around, they have to compensate in other ways. And it's not even like she's like, the only issue is the weight. If she loses the weight, would she not still be as dope and fun to be around? That she had to force them to even say like they're having a good time, and even their response was like, that's because they know they sitting up there lying to her half the time. By the way, I don't know if y'all noticed, she had her hand over. It looks like she's actually holding a tissue in her hand, which means at some point she started crying. I guarantee they're not having as much of a blast as you think they are. You done started crying at some point.
Weird. Somebody's gonna be like, she says she's dope too much. She's a narcissist. But like, the thing is, I have some self-awareness. I am dope. I'm a good time. And not only that, I'm a safe person.
Yeah.
I'm safe. I love that people feel safe with me. I am comfortable. I actually have a lot of value that has nothing to do with the way I look. And the way I look is gorgeous, my nigga. Don't get it.
Don't get it twisted.
No, this dark skin, I can wear any color I want.
Yeah.
Who's filming? Whose voice is that? And I said, that's my voice. And he said,
Now that's her husband. Now in this clip, she's talking about using her real voice around her husband.
is that your real voice? I had been code switching in front of this white man because that's what I naturally do. I don't think you can rest with white people. I don't find rest with with the average white people. I don't think that you can rest with them. There's always a voice that I have to use with them so that they don't think my voice is too aggressive. And this is not something I learned. This is not something any of us, we never sat down and got the lesson that we need to code switch. We simply have had to.
Yeah.
Just to stay safe, to make other people feel safe. Yeah. And my husband was like, and again, this is just like a guy I knew at the time, was like, you can use your real voice. If that's your real voice, use your real voice with me. So I didn't ever.
So I guess she's saying before she got married, her now husband was just a guy that she knew. So wasn't even really interested in him. He was just a guy, Jag. He was just a guy. And he had to discover her real voice because she doesn't feel comfortable enough using her real voice around white people, which I completely understand code switching. I think as black people, we all have engaged in it. It depends on what type of environment you're in, but especially a work environment where code switching is beneficial, you're definitely going to do it. But now I want you to really think about, this is why I said her being married to a white man matters, because now when you understand that dynamic, that she couldn't even get the type of man that she was initially attracted to. She had to settle for just a guy that she knew, who she wasn't even initially comfortable being herself around. Do you understand what I'm saying? And why do you think that is? Why don't you think that she had the type of options of a man that she was actually attracted to initially and could be comfortable around, like somebody from her own culture, because of her size? Let's continue.
Think about marrying a white man, because I really did not believe that I could find rest in my home with a white person living in my home. And so the second he said, if that's your real voice, you can use that with me, I was like, hey, well, then. All right.
So it wasn't, hey, honey, you were like, hey, honey, you're home? Like,
no, it's my real voice. Yeah, yes, it gets very uncomfortable. Very uncomfortable. He does not say the N-word. Like he replaced. Nice. Yeah, I mean, like, and I didn't have to. I know it's the bare minimum.
That's kind of counterproductive.
It's the bare minimum.
Biracial marriage there. That's a little counterproductive.
But like, I didn't even have to be the one to teach him not to. He does. He genuinely doesn't.
Well,
he does not. Yeah,
that's so great.
Don't give him too much credit. It's just not being racist.
When I'm super angry, I don't even use that.
Yeah, no. Like, not in music. Like, he doesn't say it in songs. Like that sort of thing. He never says it.
Are you mistaken for Liz?
That is so hilarious, yo. They don't give him too much credit. It's just not being racist. Again, so he can't even be comfortable around you when you... Yeah. Shout outs to them, man. Hey, look, at least she got a husband. That's one thing I will say. Only 25% of black women will get married in their lifetime. At least she got hers. So kudos to them. All right. Now, this last clip is about Paris Hilton's mom mistaking her for Lizzo, which is super disrespectful to Lizzo. I'm waiting on Lizzo to lose the last 150 pounds. Okay? Lizzo, you 150 more pounds, and you in there, baby. You in the home stretch. Let's go.
So,
probably.
I think did Paris Hilton's mom, Kathy,
yeah,
for Lizzo,
and that was weird because I've been to that lady's house and had a meeting with her, and I was like, I know you, Kathy.
And Lizzo's tall, right?
Yeah, I've never met Lizzo, but Lizzo and I do different things. But Yeah, I guess we were. I've been confused for many a black fat, like
Many a back flat.
Lizzo.
women, and it's always weird and tinged with racism. And I did think that was
Not
weird.
the
Kathy
Hiltons.
Hilton's, yeah, because I have been to that woman's house and had a meeting with her because she wanted to dress me, and I was like, that's so strange.
Oh, man.
Wow.
You ought to know my real name also.
Wow.
Because she said Precious.
Wow.
And not, and I don't
You ever
know.
learn a drop kick yet? Man, I'll be dropped, man. What?
I feel like I do. Precious?
No, that's not.
I don't know her.
That is Lizzo.
She is precious, though. Lizzo's precious.
That's like what I call her.
Lizzo is
Her nickname's
precious.
Precious to me.
Yes. No, Lizzo is precious.
Explain that
it?
photo.
Yes, that is Lizzo holding a glass of wine. So, okay, what happened here? So, okay, the funny thing this was during Empire.
Yeah.
And one of my co-stars had done a club event where he got paid in cash.
Yeah.
And so he just had a ton of cash, and I didn't have no wig on. I had a scarf. Right? We lived in the same building, and we was just all around, like a lot of us, like I think Taraji's on the other side of me, and another Caitlin Doubleday's on the other side. A few of us were at his apartment, and we thought it would be really funny if we spread that cash all over me, and I took a picture. Yeah, so that's what it is. It's just like me being rich and unbothered. And I don't know why it's so funny, but it's really funny.
Okay, it would have been nice if they actually showed the picture. But anyway, that's all I have for this content today, y'all. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section if I'm on point. What did I get wrong? Please let a brother know. And be safe. Enjoy yourself on this Super Bowl Sunday. Holla at y'all later. Peace.
If I had a machine that could travel through time, I would go back some years with a Mac and a 9, 2 Uzis with a few grenades in my hand, AKs, HKs, more Ks than the Klan. That's fuck a nigga gonna do against me with a musket. I'm talking about them days they would stone you in public. You probably go back in time to meet Jesus Christ. I'd ask Jesus for help to still chew this ice. Amen.
You got music, you got a business, you got a product or service, but you're not making enough money off of it because you don't have enough exposure. DM or email me right now to get promoted on my platforms. I have 850,000 subscribers on YouTube. I have 460,000 followers on Instagram. I have the following that you want to get seen in front of. I was able to increase the sales of this Amazon book off of a YouTube sponsorship with just 30,000 views. And I was able to give this artist 15,000 views with the Instagram repost in less than 24 hours. So DM or email me at bookingcranklucas@gmail.com right now to get more exposure and more money for your business.